Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's session on EduTap and a warm welcome to all of you in another very important CT 360 degree session in which we cover the important GA and ESI news current affairs from the exam point of view. So my dear friends, today we will be discussing the important current affairs from the date of 10 to 14th of November 2023. I believe that all of you are really well and are preparing very well for upcoming exams. So the topic that I have brought here for the today, the most important one is the global tuberculosis report which has been recently launched by the World Health Organization. So we will be discussing all the things in the very detailed manner, but before that I want all of you to give me a thumbs up in the chat box if I'm audible and visible to all of you so that we can begin this particular session. So very good evening, Molly. So guys, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box so that we can resume our today's session, a very important session in which we will be discussing a very important report, that is the Global Tuberculosis Report 2023. So I believe that yes, I am audible and visible to all of you. So my dear friends, before moving on to the topic, let me tell you that first of all, let us discuss the homework questions that have been posted to you by Gurkirat sir in the previous session. And the question was on the legal literacy and legal awareness program. तो यहाँ पर you are required to identify the objectives. तो अगर हम बात करते हैं objectives की, तो यहाँ पर right answer is option C, that is the third and fourth are the objective of this particular program. ठीक है जी. So this was the right answer to this question. अगर आपने पूरा टॉपिक नहीं पढ़ा है तो आज के सेशन के बाद you can go back and see that particular session once again in order to get the important details about this particular topic. Now when I talk about the next homework question of the previous session, so it was basically on the scheme that is Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, and here you are required to basically identify the correct statement. So here guys, the right answer is option E, as all the statements which are mentioned here are absolutely right with respect to the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. And all the people who have answered the question correctly, these are the shining stars of EduTap. And my dear friends, here you can see a long list of all the shining stars from the EduTap, and you can see here that Shreyashi, Hemant, Ravi, Makos, Gagan, King, Kara. So all the people guys, a warm and heartiest congratulations to all of you that you are the shining stars of EduTap, and please make sure that you are keeping up the momentum just like this as you are doing in this particular sessions. ठीक है जी. So अगर आप हमारा सेशन पहली बार देख रहे हैं तो आपको भी मौका मिलेगा शाइनिंग स्टार बनने का, क्योंकि आज के सेशन के बाद भी वी विल बी हैविंग अ होमवर्क क्वेश्चन फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू, एंड लेट्स सी हु विल बी बिकमिंग द शाइनिंग स्टार इन आवर today's session. Okay, so but now guys, when I talk about the topics that we will be discussing in the today's session, so these are some topics which are relevant for only phase 1, and there are some topics which are relevant for both phase 1 and the phase 2. So the topics which are relevant for phase 1 are the INA portal, then Bongo Sagar exercise, UPI safety ambassador, and some key important days. When I talk about the topic which is the most important one relevant for the phase 2, let me tell you my dear friend, the people who are preparing for the NABARD Grade A exam phase 2, उनके लिए भी काफी जरूरी है ये वाला टॉपिक, एंड दैट इज द ग्लोबल टीबी रिपोर्ट. तो ग्लोबल टीबी रिपोर्ट आ चुकी है 2023 की, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है. Please make sure that you are covering that report very comprehensively. So my dear friends, when I talk about, let's start with this particular session for the very first one, that is the topics which are relevant for phase 1. So the very first topic is INA dashboard. So guys, INA dashboard for cities has been recently launched. अब ये क्या डैशबोर्ड है, किसने लॉन्च किया है, क्यों लॉन्च किया है? Let me tell you that this INA dashboard, basically what exactly is being there, it has been made live by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. अगर हम बात करते हैं मिनिस्टर की, तो उसकी मिनिस्टर है श्री हरदीप सिंह पुरी जी. So my dear friends, when I talk about this dashboard, तो इससे क्या होगा, जो अर्बन लोकल बॉडीज होंगे वो अपना अपना डेटा, रिक्वायर्ड डेटा इस डैशबोर्ड के थ्रू एंटर कर पाएंगे, एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस पोर्टल विल बी क्रिएटिंग अ रॉबस्ट डेटाबेस जिसके अंदर सभी की परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर्स को इनलाइन किया जाएगा, एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस व्हाट विल हैपन, it will give opportunity to the urban local bodies, and what they will be able to do with the help of this particular part, they will be able to compare their performances with the similarly placed cities. They will be able to see that what exactly are the improvement areas and the possibilities where they can work on, and they will also be having the opportunity to learn and engage with the front runners, that means the cities, the urban local bodies which are on the top in that particular area. And my dear friends, that is the reason that जैसा कि नाम ही सजेस्ट करता है आईना डैशबोर्ड, दैट मींस ये इन सभी अर्बन लोकल बॉडीज को दिखाएगा उनका आईना कि उनकी परफॉर्मेंस कैसी है और किस एरिया पर वो काम कर सकते हैं. सो आई होप दैट दिस इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू एंड ऑल दीज इंडिकेटर्स, द डेटा विच विल बी एंटर्ड इनटू दिस पर्टिकुलर डैशबोर्ड, दे कैन जस्ट सी दैट पर्टिकुलर डैशबोर्ड अक्रॉस 5 की पिलर्स. अब क्या है ये 5 की पिलर्स, जल्दी से देख लेते हैं गाइस. सो दीज 5 की पिलर्स आर पॉलिटिकल एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव, फाइनेंस, प्लानिंग, सिटीजन सेंट्रिक गवर्नेंस एंड द डिलीवरी ऑफ बेसिक सर्विसेज. तो जितने भी डेटा यहां पर इंक्लूड किया जाएगा, इट विल बी बाइफर्केटेड इनटू दीज 5 पिलर्स. सो प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यू रिमेंबर दीज 5 पिलर्स बिकॉज दे आर रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू बी कवर्ड फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. सो आईना पोर्टल किसने मेड लाइव किया? इट वॉज मेड लाइव बाय मिनिस्टर ऑफ हाउसिंग एंड अर्बन अफेयर्स. व्हाट इट विल बी डूइंग? इट विल बी helping the urban local bodies to see how they fare across the other cities which are similarly placed cities. Apart from that, giving them the possibility to improve themselves, to improve in the areas, in the improvement areas that they are really required to work. So that was the first news article of the today's session. That is the aina news. That is the aina dashboard for cities portal. I hope you have got this point, guys. And please make sure that yes, you have got all the important points because we will be discussing the MCQ as well on the same in the upcoming part of the session. Moving on to the next question, guys. The next question is on the exercise that is Corporate and X Bongo Sagar. तो काफी डायरेक्ट है ये. इंडियन नेवी और बांग्लादेश नेवी ने कंडक्ट किया इस एक्सरसाइज को. कहां कंडक्ट किया था? नॉर्दर्न बे ऑफ बंगाल के अंदर. इट वाज द 4th एडिशन ऑफ एक्सरसाइज बोंगो सागर, 5th एडिशन ऑफ द कॉर्पोरेट एक्सरसाइज. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट दीज एक्सरसाइजेस, this has been conducted to enhance interoperability between the two navies, the navies of the two nations, that is India and Bangladesh. That was all from this news article. Moving on to the next news article, guys. So the अगला article is NPCI is appointed Pankaj Tripathi as the UPI safety ambassador. So guys, NPCI जिसके MD and CEO हैं दिलीप आसबे, तो उन्होंने यहाँ पर अपॉइंट किया है पंकज त्रिपाठी को as the UPI safety ambassador. And what it will be doing? It will be strengthening the safety awareness on the digital payment platform. अगर हम बात करते हैं एनपीसीआई की, गाइस, एनपीसीआई एक इनिशिएटिव है रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया और इंडियन बैंकिंग एसोसिएशन का, ठीक है, और जिसको यहां पर कॉन्स्टिट्यूट किया गया था अंडर द पेमेंट एंड सेटलमेंट सिस्टम एक्ट 2007. So my dear friends, this is the kind of initiative, and under this Pankaj Tripathi has been made as the UPI safety ambassador. So please याद रखिएगा नाम इनका. The right answer is Pankaj Tripathi जी. बढ़ते अपने अगले important news article की तरफ, and that is from the important days, and that news article is the first one, the World Diabetes Day, which is being celebrated every year on 14th of November. Now the question arises, whenever we cover important days, the theme is also important. So what is the theme of World Diabetes Day? Can anybody tell me that in the chat box, guys? Can you guys tell me that what is the theme of the World Diabetes Day which is celebrated on 14th of November? The right answer here is the access to the diabetes care. Access to diabetes care is basically the theme of the World Diabetes Day which is celebrated every year on 14th of November. Now when I talk about other important days, so here guys, the other important days are the World Science Day for Peace and Development, which is celebrated on 10th of November. And let me tell you that a particular week is also being celebrated, and that week is International Week of Science and Peace. और ये कब celebrate होता है? It is being celebrated from 9th to 15th November. Let me tell you that यहाँ पर theme, डेट और ये जो ड्यूरेशन है वीक की काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है आप सभी के लिए कवर करना. सो हियर आर द टू मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वन दैट वी हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड. नाउ द थर्ड वन इज गाइस, दैट इज द नेशनल आयुर्वेद डे. सो आयुर्वेद, सो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. सो अगर हम बात करते हैं आयुर्वेद की, आयुर्वेद बनता है आयु और वेद से. आयु मींस लाइफ एंड वेद मींस साइंस एंड नॉलेज. तो नेशनल आयुर्वेद डे हम बनाते हैं धनतेरस के ऊपर, एंड धनतेरस के ओकेजन पर इसको सेलिब्रेट किया गया था इस साल भी. व्हाट वाज द थीम ऑफ द नेशनल आयुर्वेद डे दिस ईयर? इट वाज आयुर्वेद फॉर वन हेल्थ. प्लीज मार्क कीजिए, दो चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है थीम, उसके बाद दिस ईयर द टैगलाइन वाज आल्सो देयर, एंड द टैगलाइन फॉर दिस ईयर वाज Ayurved for everyone on every day. Ayurved for everyone and every day, that was the tagline, and Ayurved for one health is the theme. So please make sure that you remember the difference between the theme and the tagline of the National Ayurved Day which was being celebrated on Dhanteras, in order to make aware about the younger generation about the power of Ayurved. So my dear friends, I hope that all these news articles which were relevant for only phase 1 are very much clear to all of you, and now you guys are really ready for the most important one, the topic that is relevant for both phase 1 and phase 2. That is the most important thing, the global tuberculosis report. So guys, whenever we cover any report, the very first dimension that we are required to cover is द रिलीजिंग बॉडी, क्योंकि हमने काफी बार एग्जाम में देखा है कि रिलीजिंग बॉडी के ऊपर काफी बार क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक आउटलुक कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रिलीज करती है? दैट वाज द क्वेश्चन इन आरबीआई मेंस एग्जाम इन वन ऑफ द ईयर्स. So that's why we are really required to cover the very first body, the very first dimension, that is the releasing body, that is World Health Organization for Global Tuberculosis Report 2023. And when I talk about this report states that India had highest number of TB cases globally in 2022. That means India has got the highest burden, and that is the reason guys, अगर हम बात करते हैं टीबी की, तो टीबी एक बोझ है इंडिया के ऊपर. क्यों है? Due to this particular headline that we have seen from a major newspaper, and as per the report of the World Health Organization, that is Global Tuberculosis Report. So when I talk about this report provides us the assessment, a comprehensive assessment of the TB pandemic, and it also tells us about the different kind of progress that we have taken across the different lines across prevention, diagnosis and the treatment of the tuberculosis disease. And why it is really required guys? Because you can see in that particular part कि इंडिया ने रिकॉर्ड किया है 2.8 million TB cases in 2022. Do you guys really think that what exactly it means? That shows that one person in India in every 11 seconds. ठीक है guys? So one person in India in every 11 seconds they get ill to TB, and that is the another important thing that we are really required to cover from the exam point of view. So guys, you can see here that these are the important findings, but we will be covering the other important findings of the report, and let's see that why exactly that tuberculosis is, why so it is that much dangerous. And the reason behind that why it is dangerous is because worldwide TB is the second leading infectious killer. You guys might not have forgot about the COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 pandemic के बाद जो second most serious killer है, it is the tuberculosis, and it is above the HIV as well as the AIDS, and that is why it is so dangerous. And I will also be covering the important supporting data in the favor of this particular line, that why exactly we are saying so. See guys, when I talk about this particular part, अगर हम बात करते हैं TB incidence rate की across the world, तो it was incidence rate की अगर हम बात करते हैं, it is the new cases per 1 lakh population. If I talk about this TB incidence rate guys, so this rate has increased. That means 3.9% ये इंक्रीज हुआ है फ्रॉम अ पीरियड ऑफ 2022. और जो भी हमने अपनी अचीवमेंट्स ली थी, इस रेट को हमने कम किया था, वो वापस से इंक्रीज हो गया है, एंड दैट इज द रीजन दैट व्हाई दिस इज सो मच डेंजरस फॉर द पीपल व्हिच आर लिविंग अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड. एंड व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द नंबर ऑफ पीपल हु फेल इल विद द टीबी इन 2022 guys, this was 10.6 million people, and this number was only 10.3 in 2021, and now once again this number has increased in the previous part, and that is the reason that why we are saying that TB, the burden of TB is really sinking the world. Okay, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट अगर हम बात करते हैं कि टोटल नंबर ऑफ टीबी रिलेटेड डेथ्स कितनी थी, तो बेसिकली ये भी इंक्रीज हुई है 1.3 मिलियन. सी अर्लियर अगर हम बात करते हैं 2021 के अंदर इट वाज 1.4 मिलियन, एंड इट हैज डिक्रीज टू 1.3 मिलियन दिस पार्ट. एंड एज पर द रिपोर्ट देयर आर टोटल ऑफ 30 हाई बर्डन कंट्रीज, जिसके अंदर टॉप की बात की जाए तो द टॉपर वाज इंडिया ओनली, विच हैज द हाईएस्ट नंबर ऑफ टीबी केसेस, and it accounts for 27% of the total global burden. Let me tell you guys, these numbers are the most important one which can be asked from the exam point of view. Apart from that, अगर हम बात करते हैं बाकी की countries की, that is the top 8 high burden countries. On the top it is India, followed by Indonesia, China, Philippines, and we have Pakistan, Nigeria, and so on. The name of the countries have been mentioned to all of you. You can just see that on your screen, and you can cover these countries from the exam point of view. Okay, अगर हम बात करते हैं 30 हाई बर्डन टीबी कंट्रीज की, दे अकाउंट फॉर 87% ऑफ द वर्ल्ड्स टीबी केसेस इन 2022. सो गाइस, ये तो हुआ कि why exactly it is so much dangerous. But apart from that, let me tell you guys that we have taken really many efforts in order to tackle this particular deadly disease, that is the tuberculosis. And let us discuss that what exactly is the result of such kind of efforts जो भी हमने लिए हैं इन द प्रीवियस ईयर्स. अब हम उसको असेस करेंगे कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली दीज आर. ठीक है, तो अगर हम बात करते हैं जो भी हमने नए एफर्ट्स लिए हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग जो ट्रीटमेंट सक्सेस रेट था, सो वी हैव रियली टेकन एंड वी हैव रियली इन्वेस्टेड इनटू दिस पर्टिकुलर डिजीज, और यहां पर उसका जो ट्रीटमेंट सक्सेस रेट है वो भी इंक्रीज हुआ है. that is 88% for the people treated for drug susceptible TB. Apart from that, it has improved to 63% for people who are suffering from multi-drug resistant TB. But let me tell you guys, still it is a पब्लिक हेल्थ क्राइसिस अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, क्योंकि हमारे इंप्रूवमेंट रेट हुई है इन द ट्रीटमेंट सक्सेस रेट, देयर इज अ इंप्रूवमेंट. सो दैट इज द रीजन दैट वी हैव सीन द नेट रिडक्शन. नेट रिडक्शन अगर हम बात करें फ्रॉम 2015 टू 2022, इट वाज 8.7% नेट रिडक्शन इन द टीबी केसेस. और 3 कंट्रीज हैं जिन्होंने सबसे ज्यादा इस रिडक्शन को अचीव किया है, एंड दीज आर इंडिया, इंडोनेशिया एंड द फिलीपींस, व्हिच आर द वन व्हिच अकाउंट्स फॉर नियरली 60% ऑफ द रिडक्शन in the number of people newly diagnosed with the TB. Let me tell you guys that these are the kind of data which are being asked in the exam. That is the reason you are really required to focus on these data from the exam point of view. I hope that you guys must have got this particular part. बढ़ते अपने अगले इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट पर. अगर हम बात करते हैं 2022 की, तो टोटल 7.5 मिलियन पीपल लाइव्स हैव बीन सेव्ड, दे हैव डायग्नोज्ड विद दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट. और अगर मैं बात करूं सिंस 2000 when we started this program, so total 75 million lives have been saved till now from 2000 to this particular date, by saving lives by providing the treatment to these particular people. Okay, now guys, जब हम बात करते हैं इस particular चीज की कि net reduction इतना हुआ है, let me tell you that all across the world we were having a particular target. The target was basically ending the TB strategy milestone of a 50% reduction by 2025, and we are still far away from such kind of target. Apart from that, let me tell you that across the world, see, this is also a part of a sustainable development goals, and we all know that there are 17 sustainable development goals, and as a part of it, we want to achieve to eliminate the TB by year 2030. But still guys, we are really far away from such kind of achieving this particular target. Apart from that, you can see here that the point that I have already told you, I am not discussing that again. So now, till now we have discussed the important findings regarding the global level. But what about India? What about India? India's finding is really very much important from the exam point of view. अब बढ़ते हैं हम इंडिया की तरफ. तो इंडिया से रिलेटेड डेटा हम देख सकते हैं that estimated TB cases in India were 28.2 lakh, and I told you that 1 in every 11 seconds fell ill to the TB, and that is really a grave concern for the whole nation. When I talk about the percentage of global burden, it was 27%. Mortality की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो it was 3.31 lakh. Percentage of global death, it accounts for 26%. Drug resistant TB की हमने बात की थी that it is still, the multi-drug resistant TB is still a public health crisis, and you can see here that 1.1 lakh cases of them were being found this year as well in the report. And when I talk about the percentage of global drug resistant TB, it was 27%. So guys, these are the most important thing that we are really required to cover from the exam point of view. अगर हम बात करते हैं mortality rate की, तो mortality rate को हमने देखा, it was 4.94 lakh से 3.31 lakh हुआ. That really shows, अगर हम बात करते हैं in the previous years, the India's contribution to the global mortality, it was 36%. And with this help of this number, it has reduced to 26%. Another important number that you are really required to cover from the exam point of view. I hope this is clear to all of you guys. और अगर हम बात करते हैं कि ट्रीटमेंट कवरेज की, सो गाइस ट्रीटमेंट कवरेज में भी इंडिया ने काफी ज्यादा इंप्रूव किया है, एंड लेट मी टेल यू दैट इंडिया इज अमंग द 4 टॉप कंट्रीज व्हिच हैव रियली अचीव्ड द ट्रीटमेंट कवरेज ऑफ 80%. अगर हम बात करते हैं ग्लोबल लेवल पे, तो जो ट्रीटमेंट कवरेज है दैट इज 70% एट द ग्लोबल लेवल, बट इंडिया इज अमंग दोस 4 कंट्रीज व्हिच हैव गॉट द ट्रीटमेंट कवरेज बेसिकली रीच द लेवल ऑफ 80%. अगर हम बात करते हैं गाइस, एस्टिमेटेड टीबी केसेस वर 28.2 लाख. Apart from that, let me tell you that these cases were along with the case fatality ratio of 12%. Now, what exactly it is? That shows that if 100 people got ill with the TB, then it leads to the death of 12 people among those 100 people, and that shows that it was the case fatality ratio of 12%. So guys, these are the most important one. जब हम बात करते हैं इंडिया के टारगेट की, so India's target to eliminate the TB from India is basically by year 2025. वर्ल्ड लेवल की बात करें, it is 2030, but India wants to eliminate TB from India by year 2025. So this was the most important thing that we are really required to cover from the exam point of view, guys. So now it's the time that we must practice the question. We must see, analyze ourselves that whether we have got all the important things in our mind and whether we are able to solve the questions on the basis of that. So guys, here is the very first question for all of you for the practice. The first question is on the INR dashboard for the cities portal. यहाँ पे 3 statements आपके सामने given है. 3 statements are being mentioned like it has been made like a Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs. उसका एम क्या है, वो डैशबोर्ड कौन सा डेटा प्रेजेंट करता है और उसमें अक्रॉस 7 पिलर्स, ब्रॉड पिलर्स पे हम उसको डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. सो यहां पर आपको बताना है कि कौन सी स्टेटमेंट इनकरेक्ट है. सो आई टोल्ड यू दैट देयर आर 5 पिलर्स and that is the reason that statement number 3 is incorrect. Right answer is option C, that is only statement 3. So that's how you are really required to solve these particular questions. I can see in the chat box Molly has given the right answer. Well done, Molly, and well done all the people who have given me the right answer in the chat box, guys. You guys have really done a commendable job. Now let's move on to the next question. So here the name of the person who has been appointed as the UPI safety ambassador is being asked. The right answer is, what is the right answer? I think in the fraction of seconds you can tell me the right answer. And it is option B, that is Pankaj Tripathi. Absolutely right, Pavni. You have also given me the right answer. Right answer is option B, Pankaj Tripathi. Moving on to the next question from the Global TB Report 2023. You have to identify the correct statement here. So quickly go through the 3 statements. Tell me the right answer. First statement is 10.6 million people fell ill with a TB in 2022. अगर हम बात करते हैं नेट प्रोडक्शन की, it was 8.7% from 15 to 2022. Absolutely right. Third statement states that Indonesia accounted for highest number of tuberculosis cases. But my dear friends, let me tell you that it was not the Indonesia, it was India which accounts for the highest number of tuberculosis cases. That is why third statement is incorrect. So what is the right answer? Right answer is option D, as only statement 1 and 2 are correct with respect to the Global TB Report 2023. Moving on to the next question, guys. So you have to identify that which of the following statements have been mentioned incorrectly in the following options. तो यहाँ पर आपको important days से related चीजें दी गई हैं, information दी गई है. You have to go through the options, tell me and identify the incorrect statement. First statement states World Diabetes Day 14 नवंबर को celebrate करते हैं. The theme was access to diabetes care, which is absolutely right. Second statement, International Week of Science and Peace observe किया जाता है 9 to 15th November 2023. That is absolutely right. Third statement states the theme of National Ayurveda Day is Ayurveda for everyone on every day. Option D states World Science Day for Peace and Development is celebrated on 10th of November. So guys, statement A, B and D are absolutely right. Let me give you a small hint in the statement number C. It is basically the tagline, guys, and it is not the theme. So that is the reason that statement C is absolutely incorrect. The right answer here is option C only. Okay, so my dear friend, these are the practice questions for all of you, and now there is a homework question and you are having a chance to become the shining star of EduTap for the today's session. So here is the next question, guys. On the Global TB Report 2023, you have to identify the incorrect statement. Please pause the video if you are watching this particular session in the recorded format, and make sure that you are giving me the right answer in the chat box. I will be seeing that who among you have given me the right answer from this particular question. Okay? We have another important question on the INR dashboard as a homework question. So my dear friends, please try to identify कि इसमें से कौन सा जो pillar है which is not one of the 5 pillars across which the data can be bifurcated. So please quickly tell me in the chat box, in the comment section, guys, that what exactly is the right answer to these homework questions as well. So my dear friend, that was all from the today's session, and I really believe that today's session was really useful and fruitful to all of you. And if you are still new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of these sessions. And my dear friends, it was really great to have all of you in this particular session. I believe कि आज का session आपको काफी पसंद आया होगा. And if you have any point of time, if you have not liked this particular session, please tell me in the comment section that what exactly that part was, and I will try to make it correct in the next session, and the next session will be really a rocking one. Okay guys, so please make sure that you also give me the right answers about the homework questions that we have covered in this particular session. And thank you for joining us, guys. We will be meeting you in the next session. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all happy learning.